Hi, Capricorn. This is Carrie at wooingnature.life. Welcome to April and welcome to the Signs and Wonders and to the channel and to the cipher. We're glad to have you here. So this is Aries season, and since it's Aries season, Aries decided what the reading structure was going to look like today, and I think you'll be pretty pleased. As Aries are the starters of the zodiac, I think they wanted to make sure that we were coming into the spring fully loaded, and they made sure that you were fully loaded as well. So what we have for you today is an astro pulse reading. So we're going to look at where the moon and where the star nations and how the star nations are interacting with you in April. We're also going to be looking at your masculine and your feminine, or your yin and your yang, or your shadow and your light, whichever way you want to think about it, with the Sacred Earth Oracle. And then we're going to turn to our animals and think about how we are and what energies we need to embody and what we need to think about. I always like using animals because animals are our allies. They help us understand ourselves and how we are interacting with each other, because we too have an animal nature. And Aries wanted to make sure you got your money straight. Your money reading, we'll be taking from the Money Tarot, thinking about your wealth, health, and your finances. And then finally, for the tarot portion of the reading, we're going to read from Mystical Moments, the Tarot of Mystical Moments. And this is going to be a free range reading, so it's whatever comes up. If whatever Spirit wants to say to you, that's what they're going to say. All right? All right, Capricorn, so starting out with the Astro Pulse, the moon time for you, or your moon days, are going to be on the 4th and the 5th. That is when the moon is traveling through your sign. And what I'm recommending is that as the moon is traveling through your sign, take that time out to think, relax, get some respite, meditate, pray, anything that allows your internal to be nurtured and cared for. Self-help, self-care, go to your therapist, spend time in nature, quiet yourself, pull yourself away. If you're thinking that you might need a social media break, those would be a good couple of days to do it, because some people have been talking about, they feel like wigged out on social media. I'm also recommending that people take social media breaks a few times out the month, and then maybe you won't feel like you have to crash because you're so done with it. All right, also in Capricorn is Pluto, and Pluto has been traveling through Capricorn for a few years, so you should be very used to it by now. Because Capricorn is that type of planet or that type of sign that is good at grounding themselves and hunkering down and really dealing with issues. You may have been, I'm not going to say okay with Pluto being in your sign, but you probably are handling it well, because Capricorns are good at bearing down. And what Pluto is doing for you is it is really delving and probing into some of your structures, the way that things are structured, systems that are in place, institutions, ways that you operate, things like that. And for a lot of people, it's been intense, and it can be intense because you've got Pluto energy, which wants to delve and investigate and go deeper and deeper and deeper. And then you have Saturn, which is very grounded and solid, but also restraining and restrictive. So if you felt like things might have been draining out of you, or if you've been being purged of all of your worst nightmares, or even your greatest aspirations that are probably not going to happen for you in this lifetime, it's like some kind of reconciliation that's happening for you, and you're reconciling yourself with where you are right now and then what you've got to do to move forward. Saturn, your ruling planet, though, is in Aquarius, and Aquarius is, because it is ruled by Uranus, is quite expansive and wants to explore and needs to explore. But what you're exploring right now, Capricorn, is, again, systems, things that are put in place to rule, to govern and to guide. And that can be you personally, your personal governance. It could also be your local, state, and and national governance. Some people are thinking about that. This push for social justice, I think, also is where we are exploring, like, what should we do next? We don't know. We've done it this way all the time. That's Saturn. Aquarius is like, has it worked? Does it work? Are we, doing this, illogically? Are we illogically and irrationally in imposing rules and order upon ourselves that we don't even want to live by? It's time to think beyond that. So there's been conversation in the United States about changing the Constitution. That's very Saturn in Aquarius. And so, Capricorn, you are feeling that and experiencing that on a personal level as other people are experiencing it on either a global or on a social level, and you are too. Okay, so that's what's going on with your astro pulse and what's happening with the star nations and how it might be affecting you at this time and during the month of April. Please forgive me if I am itching, scratching, sneezing, coughing. I think the spring is coming and all the little somethings, pollen or something. I've got fresh flowers here, and now my nose is itching and all kinds of things. All right, so I'm turning to the Sacred Earth Oracle for you, Earth sign Capricorn, and we're looking at two sides of yourself. Your left and your right, your yin and your yang, your masculine and feminine, your internal and external, your active and passive, whichever way, shadow and light, whichever way this resonates with you, that's where you want to jump in. So on the left, or the recessive yin feminine side, we have renewal. So this is a time for you to, again, take that time for self-care. Renewal means that you are experiencing things anew. This is not a time to work on yourself. You've already done the work on yourself. Now what's happening inside is there is this new flow of energy that's coming in. You have a new sense of yourself and what you're doing on the planet and what you're going to do next. You're feeling that in a lot of different ways. You're feeling energized mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So you can expect that. I'm seeing right here, this is the heart chakra going up into the throat chakra. So I want you to speak from your heart, Capricorn. That's what you need to do. And this is an internal thing. Speaking is external. That's active. But it comes from your inner self, your heart, your feelings, and your thoughts together. So it's like owning your feelings and owning your thoughts and preparing yourself to express that in the world. And then on your right side, which is your masculine or your active, you have space. And so you have space. You have the room to talk. You have the room to express. You have the room to grow. You are given, I'm going to say, carte blanche energetically when it comes to that, how you want to express yourself, the way that you want to express yourself. It's entirely up to you. But it is important that what you are finding, what the aspects of yourself that are growing anew, that you are feeling excited about, that you have the room and the way to express that. And then also some other things too. You'll be expressing a lot of things. I'm seeing you be very free. I'm seeing fire energy here for you, Capricorn. I'm also seeing that this flows into the fall. So this is an energy that's starting now and it's going to continue on into the fall. This whole renewal and this whole new energy thing that's going on. So this is going to be from one equinox to another equinox. You're going to be doing that. And I am seeing the moon here in this card. So what I want you to do is to start chronicling and watching your energy between the two equinoxes. So we have a spring equinox and then, or we're already there by the time you see this in April, we're already past that and then going into the fall, from now into the fall equinox. So You've got the space to grow, and all you have to do is just keep embodying it. And then if you look at these two together, because I always like to think if we're looking at dichotomies or dualities or duplicities or anything else, we try to go for the middle. So if we look at what lies in the middle here between renewal, which really is we have a tendency to think of it as a very internal action. There is all this room that's growing. So I feel like what lies in the balance here is that for every feeling of new life that you feel inside of you, it is making room outside of you for you to grow and stretch and do some really wonderful things. Wow, that's great, Capricorn. I feel like you guys really, really need this phase in your life because you all are working. You all are the worker bees of the zodiac. And so everybody has been doing a lot of work. Everybody has. But I know if everybody else is working, Capricorn probably is doing double time or has been doing double time on themselves and on behalf of other people as well. All right, so let's look at your animal nature. Ooh, I like it. Oh my goodness, there's the starfish. This is a sure sign of regeneration. It also connects you to the star nation. So again, we're talking about the energy of the star. It's bringing out your star quality. It's looking at your body, your mind, your arms, your legs, your arms and your legs. Yes, that's right. It's about your health and it's about your well-being and being regenerating, because the starfish are known to regenerate, and that's what's happening with you with this renewal. It says be open to infinite possibilities. Again, like I said, every time you feel this renewed energy inside of you, it's making space outside of you for you to continue to grow. And so that's really powerful. It comes in with the number 59, breaks down 2 and 11, right? 9, 10, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. No, sorry, it comes with a 5. I'm not good at math, I'm going to tell you that. All right, and then the next one is the coyote spirit. Now, the coyote medicine spirits are like Heyoka. They're tricksters. They're funny. They're humorous. They teach through humor. They also teach through pranks, like being a prankster. And so to me, the coyote, if you are operating in coyote energy, then I would say Capricorn, lighten up, laugh a little, enjoy yourself, poke fun at yourself, poke fun at other people, without, we're not talking about being cruel or anything like that, but laughter is good medicine. And so when you can laugh at your situation and your circumstances, when you can expose what you have experienced, even if it's been something or a negative, and you can do it with humor, I'm feeling, then that's the coyote energy that you want to come with, or that you want to embody. As I tell everybody, I want you to look up these animals, pay attention to the animals, read up on their basic habitats and their basic habits, because that is going to give you some insight about how these energies are working in your life. And then you can also read up on the folklore of the coyote. Look up coyote medicine, look up the Heyoka. These all come from Native American teachings here. The coyote energy comes from Native American. But when you read up on it, for those of you who are following other indigenous practices, you'll realize that this spirit shows up in a lot of places. In African American folklore, coyote is like Brer Rabbit, if you're familiar with that. Anansi the spider, Elegba Eshu. There's a lot of different spirits that kind of embody the same principle. So I feel like this is a way that you will be teaching others, and it could also be a way that you are also being taught, particularly if there's parts of yourself that you need to let go of, or, like sometimes we're holding on to things out of security. like we feel insecure about certain things, Capricorn, and so we're real tight about it. But the coyote can come to teach you how to relax about that and just be human and enjoy your life, and don't be so uptight about it, okay? That's what coyote does. Coyote can get you too. Trust me. Coyote can spend a long time getting your behind. Just so you can lighten up. So I feel like that might be good for you, Capricorn, for sure, for certain. All right, so we're moving on to Capricorn's money. We're looking at your money situation. Let me move this because this is making noises that I don't want it to make. All right, so we're looking at Capricorn's money, your wealth, health, issues, values, value statements, value added, value above, whether you feel valued or not, wealth, worth, self-worth, all of that. Month of April, Capricorn is what we're looking at, folks. All right. All right, so I'm seeing that there is some communication coming in with these dolphins down here at the bottom. There's some communication coming in about your money and your financial situation. Let me wet my throat. Thank you. All right, so I see that's happening for you. There are some water spirits or water deities of some sort that are ushering this in. So for those of you who are inspired by those kinds of teachings, there's some water deities or some water spirits that are associated with this. So if your crown or your ori is a water deity or a water spirit, or if you are connected in any way to water, or if you feel connected to water, that's where this energy is coming from for you. It is lucrative, it is good, and it's communication specifically. So I want you to be on the listen out. I want you to have your ear to the ground for opportunities. Ear to the ground for opportunities. And if you are connected to water spirits or rishas or deities, then make sure you do your homage, or you make sure you do what you got to do. Again, Queen of Cups. This is the Queen of the water. Okay? And there's a picture, there's an image that you have in your mind of how you want your life to be. There is an ideal image or picture that you have in your mind of what it is you want your life to be. And so this water spirit is telling you that they are helping you to realize that vision, or helping you to realize that dream. Okay? This all does have to do with your money. Sometimes our visions and our dreams don't really have anything to do with money. Sometimes our real vision is not associated with that, but yours is, and that's why it's coming up this way. I'm trying to make sure you get some light because the light's not good that's why I like to do my videos in the day, because you can see. But at night, I get all these shadows because I don't have the proper lighting. Anyway, I digress. All right, so this is you working hard, plowing through, making a way for yourself. That's what you've been doing so far. That's what you've been doing. That's what you always do. That's what Capricorns do, okay? So you've been clearing the way, clearing a path. There's been some things that you have had to work through. There's some obstacles that you've had to knock down. Not just get around, knock down, okay? And so, as a result, you are taking charge. You are moving off the shore. You are getting into some other areas, moving into some other arenas. I have the Queen of Swords, though, in reverse, which is just a reminder to keep your head on. Keep your wits about you. Don't just charge forth into this new thing, because I feel like from these three cards here that because of the work that you've done in the past, and because you worked so hard, you are going to get some blessings. You are going to get some returns on your investment and on the time that you've spent. in that arena, but at the same time, they're kind of giving you the fair warning that when this comes in, don't lose your mind, don't lose your head, think. Use your head. I tell people, and I just got finished telling Sagittarius, you can't be in your feelings about your money. Can't be in your feelings about money. So I don't care what feelings they are, because some people automatically think, yeah, because you don't want to be feeling bad about money or feeling down or talking down, and then that won't make you have your money. Same thing with excitement. Some people get money and they're all excited and they go and they lose it. Okay, so if you win, the lottery and you got $250 million in your pocket, you can't get so excited that you're not practical about what you're going to do with it. You can't think your way through. The same thing is if you're steeped in poverty and you got a poverty mindset and you're in your feeling, well, I'll never have nothing. That isn't going to help you either. So you've got to use your head. You got to use your head. And the Queen of Swords uses her mind, but she also uses her inner intellect, which is her discernment. So you got to trust your feelings, you got to trust your instincts, and you got to act on them. And you also have to have good boundaries, okay, when it comes to dealing with your finances and your money. If I say good boundaries, set yourself and give yourself a budget, stick to the budget, okay? If you need to adjust it because it reasonably needs to be adjusted, adjust it, but don't go crazy, okay? So this is about having foresight, looking far ahead of yourself, looking way far ahead and having vision, going for what it is that you know, being prepared to land it when the time comes. And I see that I see here that you are headed toward, or you're climbing, you know what I'm saying? You're going up the ladder, like in the way that people traditionally think about going up the ladder. You are going up in some well-established institutions. In other words, this isn't anything fly by night. I don't think Capricorn would do anything fly by night. So what's coming towards you is not fly by night at all, but it's not going to be so much of an obstacle that you're not going to be able to handle it. Like, I'm feeling like where you're going to end up, it may be it might be a whole different arena for you, and you might feel a little bit scared because it is so new, but it's not going to be that much of a challenge for you. In other words, this is something that you will be able to do with your eyes closed. It's just that you'll be doing it in a different place. So don't get caught up on the people, or don't get caught up on the situation, and not remember that this is old hat for you, okay? You know what you're doing. All you have to do is do it. There we go. There's the Chariot. The Chariot is the movement. This is the locomotive. This is the power. This is the engine. This is the drive. This is the tracks. This is how you're going to be moving. This is about movement. That's what the Chariot is about. So if things are not moving for you, it's probably because they want to make sure that your mind is going to be right. When it gets there, get your mind right now, Capricorn. Don't wait. Don't wait. Get your mind and get your head on straight now. Just start asking yourself, you know what? In your wildest dreams and imaginations, let's just say that tomorrow you get a phone call from Paramount Studios and they want you to star in the next greatest film, and you're going to get paid a ton of money to go out and have fun with your favorite actors. Okay? How are you going to manage your taxes? How much are you going to take out for your taxes? How much are you going to budget? What's your clothing allowance? What's your spending allowance while you're going to be out in California, or you're going to be on location? How are you going to get paid? How often are you going to get paid? When are these checks coming through? Where are they going? Or do you have direct deposit? Who's managing your money while you're away? Who's going to be managing your household bills and debts and things when you're on set and you can't be thinking about that, or you can't, you can't concentrate on that. So that's what I mean. How much money are you going to put aside for retirement in case you decide you don't want to be an actor one day? All of that falls into it. So it's like thinking ahead. Remember I said thinking ahead. And I think this is a good practice, period. Think ahead and write down a plan for yourself when you make your big bucks. And be ready and have it already written down. And then all you have to do is follow it. And I think you guys can appreciate that. All right, so we've got the High Priestess coming in on the tail end of this. That tells me to connect to your spirits about your money. Talk to God, angels, and His assembly. Ask for what you want. Petition for what it is that you need. Be patient for it. Keep yourself open always. And just remember that Spirit is your very best business partner. Spirit is your very best business partner. And don't forget that they're there for you, to help you and to guide you and direct you. Your ascendant masters, your angels, your saints, whatever pantheon or whatever tradition you follow, then, ask. Ask. You have not because you ask not. All right, let's see. I'm checking my time because I can't go over 30 minutes. All right, we are moving on to the tarot portion of this video, and this is a free range reading for my Capricorn souls. Free range reading for the Capricorns for the month of April. Thank you, spirits, for being good to me today. All right, we got the Hangman in reverse. What are you not letting go of now, Capricorn? Y'all love to hang on to some stuff. Looks like somebody's hanging on to a man. You're hanging on to somebody. Your heart was in it. This was the love of your life. You all had great sex. I don't know. Somebody that there's some depth to your relationship. There's some depth there. Depth. I hope I'm saying that right. All right, but you're getting past a situation in this relationship where it looks like this situation might have left you feeling empty, feeling deserted, feeling abandoned, feeling alone, feeling like empty. Okay. This is also a situation that wasn't going to give you the power and the energy that you need to operate with and work with in moving forward. See, this card right here is about you growing something from your own, it's growing something from something you've learned or something that you've experienced. Again, we said you've done the work, okay? You've done a lot of work, and so it's not worth it to you to be in a relationship where there's no fire, where there's no passion, where there's no where the energy is drained out, or where you feel like you're empty, okay? Or trapped. I'm seeing empty and trapped with this cage here. Beautiful card, but dang, you can't be an empty cage. It doesn't work. All right, so the Five of Wands says that it's time to strategize. It's time to think about your next move and strategize your next move. Plan your next move. See where you're going to be, where where you see yourself. You're moving away from this empty, non-exciting experience that you've been in, and you're realizing that you are in command of your own terrain and your own territory, that you are manning the board. You are the board, okay? And so what you can do is make your moves as you see fit. I'm seeing some real... I'm seeing here with the Ten of Pentacles, this is about attainment of wealth or health, or that which makes you feel safe and secure in the world. not being concerned about monies or finances with the Ten of Pentacles. That's a vision or a dream that you have. And then I have the Nine of Cups here, and this represents luck. You know, the Nine of Cups is the luck card, okay, the good luck card. And here I see that you have your hands on lots of lucky things. So it could be ideas or concepts, or it could be people, or it could be connections that you're associated with. And matter of fact, these are things that these are relationships that were won during the battle. Okay, so when you were when you were struggling, and when you were maybe feeling down, and you had to work through that anyway, these are things that you gained. They could either be relationships or circumstances or skill. They could be relationships. It's either relationships or it's skill sets, relationships and skill sets that you built while you were at war in this relationship that left you feeling empty and drained and without, okay? And without your inner fire. So your dream and your vision for yourself is coming through, and I do see that. I see the old man here. The old man is a Legba, which is the keeper of the crossroads. Remember I talked about the crossroads spirits? So keep your spirit light and ask for what you want, Capricorn. Keep your spirit light and ask for what you want. Okay? Got a King of Swords here. So if you if the relationship with the other person didn't work out well, it looks like there's somebody else coming in. And again, these are males. I'm feeling like this is the kings are coming in as male, but it could be male, female. It doesn't, the gender doesn't much matter. It's really about the energy, and we're really talking about a relationship. So whoever this person is that's coming into the relationship brings in masculine energy of intelligence. They have some sight. They also have a lot of wisdom, like kind of ancient wisdom that they're operating with. Somebody who's also probably connected to nature, or who enjoys time in nature too. But somebody who's well learned and wiser. I think this person sees you a little bit more than the other person did. I think the other person may have been caught up in their own stuff and we're able to figure out what's going on. So the death card here, to me, I love this card. This is like one of my favorite death cards ever, because it shows her bearing down all the way to the bone. But the bone is like skin. It's like very palatable experience of death here. But it's like she's really gone down to her core and to her bone. And when you get down to the bone, look at all these flowers and look at all this blossoming and blooming that's happening. She's looking over her shoulder, or looking at her shoulder at this lily, which is a symbol of new birth and spiritual birth, exactly. And then there's also this black and white butterfly. So to me, it's really about transformation and taking that step into the unknown, and being able to easily step into the unknown, because you have nothing else to lose. You're at your bare bones. You're all the way down to your core. So you can do anything. You don't have any fear. I like that. And so we have the Queen of Swords here. This is somebody who is forward looking. This is somebody who has built quite a bit on their own. This is somebody who's connected to other people, other spirits, other entities of value, who can share wisdom. You're a part of that network. You're a part of that flow. You are looking ahead, like I said, and what you have created is a part of the ascension, and it is an expansion of such. And that's what I've been telling people about at this time, that we're really in an expansion phase now. We were in an ascension phase. Now we're going through expansion. And of course, there are people who are going to be making ascensions and expansions from here on out, because everybody gets in where they fit in. It's different pace. Everybody's at a different pace.